be like, Smooth, what? Can you teach me how to duck it? Hey, you know why? Cause all the videos, Alright, what's going on, man? It's your boy Kreativekloth, and I'm back with another video, man. Look, if I'm not starting somewhere, you feel me? Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Now, this is gonna be another edition of Cloth Talk. Hey, we've been going strong. This is number 7, bro. I remember when I announced it, I was like, you know, how am I gonna continue to put out weekly videos? And I stumbled upon, came up with the idea of Cloth Talk, where I just start talking about things happening in the culture of like fashion, sneakers, and all that. So all I do literally for Cloth Talk, if you're new here, how are you doing? All I do is just grab the titles from Hypebeast, Complex, and just figure out what's going on currently in the culture. Like what's going on with sneakers, what's going on with fashion, all that. So without further ado, I'm not gonna waste no more time. You already know how I do. Let's get into the first article. All right, so this first article title reads, Sage Nation presents latest fall winter 23 installment. Hey, listen. I love that I started to do Cloth Talk because I am finding out about so many brands that I never heard of before. Like, this has been one of the greatest, what's the word I'm looking for? This has been one of the greatest things I've picked up because I'm like getting more immersed in learning about so many different streetwear brands, like in different areas. Like, you know the typicals, like the Off-Whites, the Bape, the, what's another big streetwear, like Hidden NY, like, like these names, these staples in streetwear. But doing Cloth Talk, bro, I have found out about so many brands that fit my aesthetic too. Like, why have this not been targeted to me on Instagram ads or anything like that? But Sage Nation, bro, let me just say this off rip. My DMs are open. If y'all want to do something, like, hey, let me know. Cause these pants look fire. These pants look fire, bro. And they kind of remind me, like some of the silhouettes and some of like the way things are constructed, they kind of remind me of another brand that I talked about on Cloth Talk, which was Kreativekloth. I think that's like a Japanese or Korean based clothing brand, but like a lot of their silhouettes kind of match what Sage Nation is doing. But obviously it's a little bit like, it's kind of like playing up baggy to be like preppy, when I feel like Kreativekloth is more like designer-esque. Like, it's not really necessarily trying to fit in a category, I guess. You can put it maybe in Gorkcore, but not really. That's beyond the point though. That's besides the point. I mean, Sage Nation, London-based brand. I don't really know too much about this brand. Again, this is my first time ever coming across anything to do with them. But look, the pictures, the pants, really, the pants got me, bro. So this is going on my watch list, bro. These pants are so fire. I know, y'all know me. I love a good pant, but also this jacket, this whole yellow combination they did is like, bro, like, again, hey, hey, one phone call away, pick it up because this stuff is fire. I don't know if they're like a brand that focuses on like being like baggy and all that, but if they're not, and this is like their first time doing it, they executed this like perfectly. And honestly, the aesthetic is like, I feel like sometimes these brands feel like they need to go above and beyond for their photo shoots to kind of look like ALD, or to like look at, what's another brand that does like a lot of good, like, I'll think of like ALD or like Kith, honestly. Where I think they need to have a production like that to make something look good. But I feel like if the garment itself is fire, there's no need. Well, I wouldn't say there's not a need, but if the garment's fire, it's gonna speak for itself. It's gonna sell itself. You don't need to, put thousands and thousands into a production if the garment looks fire. So the way they did this whole photo shoot, it's like clean, straight to the point. It's the garments, like, and the garments, bro, they're talking, bro. They're cloth talking for real. That was corny. But no, dude, definitely keeping this brand on my watch list. This brand has my attention now because these pants are fire. Have like that kind of like utility aspect to it as well, because it has like pockets on the legs, and then like it also has like a cinchable size at the bottom, kind of like that Gorp core. I know like a lot of pants who try to go for that aesthetic have like that little cinchable size and all that. So yeah, definitely gonna keep Sage Nation on my watch list. This is a brand that I'm interested to see how this stuff feels as well, because I think based on the images, it looks like it's very good quality and all that. But let's get into the next article. All right, so this article title reads, Nike begins selling used sneakers online. Let me just say this. If you're thinking you're gonna get like a Travis Scott lows, or if you're thinking you're gonna get like some off-white dunks, or if you're thinking, no, that's not happening, bro. That is not what this program I think is trying to gear towards. It is going to be for sneakers and shoes that people want to get rid of, and that Nike is going to offer an incentive for them to give them their shoes to offer it at a lower cost. So I'm talking like, you might run across some Roshi runs, you might run across like some Vapor Maxes, or you might run across some Nike Blazers that somebody else previously owned. You know, they're dirty or something now, they'll probably clean them up, like Nike will probably clean them up for you, but sell them to someone else at a highly discounted price, like 50% off or like 60% off, depending on the condition of the shoe. So I think it is a good program if you're someone who is trying to purchase shoes, but you don't have the ends to really purchase the shoe at its retail cost. So the Nike Blazers might cost like $110. And you know, you're on the website like, I don't really have $110 to get Nike Blazers, but I want them. The program is gonna have them for like, you know, like 50 bucks or like 60 bucks. Like, you know, a very discounted price, like where, you know, obviously somebody else has worn them, but they try to clean them up and try to do like, make them a little better. That's what this program's here for. If you're thinking you about to have some Last Shot 14, some Aqua 8s, what's another hype sneaker? Super hype. You know, anything that Virgil had a part of, bro, you're not getting those sneakers on this program. Like, I don't think, like, you shouldn't even offer your like, sell them online, bro. If you have the hype sneakers that, you know, sneakerheads want, this is not gonna be the program for you. Like, stay home, keep them in the box, and leave them there. Don't send them to Nike unless you know somebody at Nike that's about to give you a crazy payoff. But other than that, again, this is for people who can't afford their retail stuff that's in stores and still want those sneakers. Simple. Like, I thought, like, it kind of reminds me, the same thing happened when Urban Outfitters offered that whole like, oh, we're selling hype sneakers now. When I think, honestly, I don't think that program really even like did anything really. I could just be talking. Like, they might be doing great, but it really just turned out to be nothing. And again, I'm not saying this Nike program is not gonna be nothing, but again, it's not gonna be for the person who wants hype sneakers. This is gonna be for the person who is a frugal shopper, or people, you know, that really don't have the money to buy the stuff in stores, but they want to own a pair of Nike Blazers or Vapor Maxes. I could be wrong, but how I read into this, it's not that, and it's more so this. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's already rolled out. So if you go to Nike's website, or if you click on this article, which I'll drop below, it'll take you to the website and like has you sign up for all this stuff. I didn't want to do it, bro. Honestly, I was just like, once I start asking for my information, I'm one of those shoppers, bro. Like, once you start asking for my information, I gotta input a lot. I'm probably gonna click off because I don't care anymore. Like, I need to be able to go, boom, see it, and then you catch me on the back end. Like, I'm like, oh, I want those shoes. I click it, add it in my cart, and then I put my information. If I gotta do it to get it on the front end, I'm probably just gonna click off. Like, that's how my retail brain works now. I'm like, if I gotta put a lot of effort to even buy it, I'm probably not gonna buy it. But yeah, that's really what that program is all about. Again, don't sell your sneakers to them if you have hype sneakers. If you have sneakers that you're willing to give away, that you really don't care about like a price ticket for, this is the program for you. Like, you know, you can send it to Goodwill, you can also send it to Nike, like all these avenues to help somebody else out in the future for their sneaker ventures. I just made that sentence up. But let's get into the next article. All right, so this article title reads, first look at gallery department ASICS GT2160. All right, so this is not the first time Gallery has done a collab with ASICS. And honestly, that first collab, basura. Like that is what I hate about sneaker collabs in the present day. So I get on Jown a lot. I'm gonna give them some slack this time. I'm not gonna say too much. This collab with Gallery and ASICS, bro, like legit trash. Like no effort, just a name slap. And it's like, it's just lackluster. Like why even do a collab if you're not even gonna like, and these are brand, again, I try to drive this point home every time I talk about it. Jown, Gallery, both brands who have very strong names backing them. ASICS, very strong name currently in the market. Why would y'all just do that? That's all I want to know. Why would y'all just, like, it has to go through so many people to get an official collab and it's releasing and you know people are able to purchase it. I know people are gonna buy it just because of the name. That's cool. I'm fine with people doing that. But you cannot look at this shoe and tell me, oh, now that's heat. You can't do it, bro. It's not possible. So looking at this image, or these images for this new collab, it looks promising. It already looks better than their previous one. But looking at their track record for ASICS collabs, bro, I don't know. It scares me. But I think if done successful, Gallery and ASICS have just booted off the Balenciaga ASICS lookalikes. If this collab with Gallery and ASICS is good, I believe that is gonna be the driving force of people getting off those Balenciaga lookalikes and going straight for ASICS now. But again, bro, looking at these images, it's not really promising. Like the top of the shoe looks basic and dude, I want to be hopeful because I hate those Balenciaga lookalikes, but they have so much potential to be a good shoe. But these images are just not telling that story. So given that there's not really an official release date for it, that's why some of these images are like super cropped, super tight shots, like only showing key elements like, you know, gallery department here, gallery department here. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I just hope that it's altered in some way. It's not just a colorway. I hope they were able to tweak something. That is my one ask. Just tweak something to where it's like, boom, those are gallery ones. Cause if you walking on the street and based on these images that just look like a regular ASICS, if I could just be like, oh, this is regular. Like, I don't know, bro. That's just me. That's how I feel about sneaker collabs currently. I feel like sneaker collabs have just become so lackluster, even though there's been great ones. There's been great ones. But I feel like in the past, sneaker collabs had to be on point. And I feel like everyone's getting a sneaker collab, and really everyone doesn't need a sneaker collab because everyone isn't really a sneakerhead. I'm not saying you need to be a sneakerhead to get a sneaker collab. All I'm saying is if you're gonna do a sneaker collab, have some passion with it. Don't just slap a name on it and now a shoe that would typically cost $130 is now pricing at like $300, $400. Like that just seems like a cash grab, and I think that is another aspect to why sneakers are just becoming so played out, bro. Honestly, like that is like my gut feeling of talking. I wasn't sitting on that. That was just like, I just feel like sneakers have just become so like whatever because anyone's able to get one and everyone doesn't care about sneakers. And it's like, you put it out and then it's just like, oh, I put it out and like some people like it and like, it's cool, but it's like, just put some effort behind it and then, you know, you will have the masses' attention. But the good thing though, I will say this about ASICS is they're already on a good run. They on a good run this year, amazing year. I think they kind of, as far as like coming up out like the trenches with it, bro, like ASICS might go pound for pound, collab collab for collab this year with the rest of the sneaker world, bro. Cause like New Balance has had some good ones, fire ones. Nike, I don't know. Adidas, I don't know. They had the Whale Bonners, cool. If that's gonna be your saving grace, cool. But I feel like pound for pound, collab for collab, ASICS and Solomon this year have been solid. But again, we'll just have to wait to see what happens when more photos come out and when they actually get an actual release date, and then we'll figure out if they actually put the effort in or they just want to do a cash grab. But let's get into the next article. All right, so this article title reads, and I swear to God, if you guys make fun of me for pronouncing this wrong, I'll kill you. Bottega Veneta packs its bags and heads far, far away for spring 2024. Let me just say this, bro. As far as like designers and like designer brands, pound for pound, like Loewe and Bottega are like, bro, they are outbeating a lot of these big designer names, bro. Every single, honestly, JW Anderson, I believe that's the name, right? Those three have been some of the most creative I've seen when it comes to showcasing their next collection. Like bro, Bottega, especially when they did that one collection where they did things that you didn't think were made of leather, bro, and they actually were made of leather. Like they are different, bro. They are different. But this is gonna be their 2024 collection, and bro, I'm gonna make this short just because like I don't wanna go on and on about it. These are just some of my favorite ones. I'm gonna look at my phone just so I can stay in order. But these are some of my favorite looks from this whole collection. All right, so first up, image 15 in this article, bro. Stupid. It's stupid. Like, bro, the tie, the pants, like, and then like just the whole aesthetic for it. Like, I think they were going for like wearable, but also keeping it very much so clean and like a day-to-day wear, but like obviously elevated. Like this looks like, you know, back in the days when dudes used to go to work, they got the newspaper in hand, got the briefcase, they're going to work, suit, tie, all that. Like this fit, bro, I need this fit. I need it. Like that tie, I know, just feels amazing. Image 15, super crazy. Next up, image 54, bro. Bro, you see that coat? Like, bruh, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's clean, wearable. Like, usually sometimes, like when they introduce some of these collections, you look at some of these pieces, you're like, okay, where can I actually wear that? Like, that looks too, like, obviously runway-y, like, runway-y. It looks obviously too much like something that you can't, like it's impractical to wear on a day-to-day basis. This outfit can be worn any day of the week and no one would even bat an eye. Like this outfit, super clean, super fire. This is image 54 in the article. 46, look at the coat. Coat, just like, again, I ain't gonna say too much. The coat though, the category is coat. Like, it's a coat, goddamn. Image 41, the pants. The tank top, not really a fan of, but the pants though. The pants are on point. Y'all know I care about pants. These pants are super dope. And lastly, the best one of them all, had to save it for last, just because of the color scheme, overall look, the way like it's photographed, like it's everything. Image 35, I need that exact thing in my closet, bro. Like the coat under, the trench coat, the bag, the tie, bro, the black, the green, like the little hints of yellow that's in the... This is what I'm saying, bro. Bottega's like, nobody's really messing with them. Even like big fashion house names, like they're not touching them, bro. They're not touching them. Bottega's in the league in its own. And again, I like that this wasn't like super like out there as far as like pieces. It's like really functional, wear it every day. And it's just clean, bro. This clean aesthetic, silhouettes fire. Even though I only showed like things from the menswear, some of the dresses from the women's collection, like this joint, like bro, come on now. Like I don't ever have to like That's why I'm saying you let the pieces speak for you. You ain't gotta upscale, like, that's not the word. You ain't gotta oversell nothing. Like, when the pieces are speaking for you, like, the rest is go do the work. So again, I'm not gonna say too much, but Bottega is one of those fashion designer brands that, like, when I can't afford it, oh, y'all better believe, bro, I would rock that whole green fit. Easy too. I'm talking bam, 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 out the door. Yeah, let's get into the next article. All right, so this article title reads, Needleless Beans Boy and Timex connect for a violet hued classic digital watch. Hey, words are hard. But yeah, I was just, again, scrolling on Hypebeast and I literally stopped because I was like, what is that? Like, that purple on this watch instantly grabbed my attention. It has a needless on the back of the watch, comes in a nice little purple casing, like that typical hue for needless goods. And the watch is dope, bro. It's sick. Like, I rock with it. I think these watch companies, like how I mentioned the Hidden NY G-Shock collab, now Timex and Needless, these watch companies have been making a lot of good watches lately. Like, this is a eye catcher. Like, if I'm like, you know, just on the street and, you know, I know somebody's accessories and I see the watch, I'm like, ooh, what's that? Like, it's one of those type pieces. Like, and I feel like these watch companies are giving these collabs and these brands like full range to really just make the collab stand out. That's why I think they're doing so good, is because they're allowing people to really have their input, allowing people to actually make something, you know, unique to the people that already buy their stuff. And I think that's what sneakers need, but I digress. The watch is super dope. Like, I can't really say too much about it. Like, it's a Timex watch. It's like one of their classic digital watches that they always do, but just with like a more so modern day spin on it. Kind of reminds me of like when gel type watches were in. Like, I can't remember I think it probably was a Timex. I can't remember off the top of my head now, but like, I remember like gel type watches were in, and it's kind of what this is giving. I would definitely wear this watch. This watch is super dope. I think it's set to release or expected to be released in October. So we'll see how the, you know, market goes after they come out. I probably would want to see somebody else rock it or just see it on somebody else's wrist before I go ahead and jump the gun, because it's only releasing for $119, I believe. I think it's retailing for $119. So it's not really a crazy jump in price from Timex watches, because Timex has been revitalizing and, you know, reissuing some of their older models of late, and I feel like that's right on par with where they are as far as pricing. But all in all, Timex watch, classic. Needless, one of those brands that's doing a lot of dope stuff in the fashion realm. Another brand where I love their pants, especially like their wide billowed out type pant. But yeah, this is a super cool one. Again, it was an eye catcher. I was like scrolling on Hypebeast and I was like, wait, what's that? And I stopped and I was like, okay, I definitely need to add this in KLOTH Talk. And it's also just dope that so many watch companies are now being pushed on the forefront of, like, you know, these media outlets. Because I feel like for a while, watches kind of weren't like, they never went out of style. Let me not say that. They never went out of style, but I feel like it was kind of like an afterthought for a lot of people. And now I feel like people are really starting to get heavily into watches again. So it's dope to see. I definitely, I can't say that. I would want it though. I would like to see it in person, but it does look dope photographed, so I will say that. So all in all, really dope watch. But that is gonna wrap up this episode of KLOTH Talk. I'm by myself again. Had Josh on here. I wanna get more people on KLOTH Talks because it's such an easy format for people, like, you know, even if you're just slightly into fashion, I feel like people could just jump on just because we're just talking about, you know, how do you feel about this? What do you think about that? And it's not really some like super in-depth analysis where you need to know X, Y, and Z to really get to formulate an opinion about it. But all in all, that is gonna wrap up this episode of KLOTH Talk. And without further ado, like I always do, I'll catch you on the next one.
But I love the way you work it. Ay, I love the way you work it.